billion. And that's only 55% of the market. There's still hair care. You're going to tell me we're in fragrances. We're small in fragrances. Hygiene, so we still have so much room for growth. So when we look at segments, skincare, the biggest segment, is growing 4%, right? So that's a great segment because 75% of women use skincare products, weekly, several times a week. And half of women actually use skincare products daily. And the cool thing about it is that they have to actually restock every 2 or 3 months. So this is a high turnover product. And we have more than 110 million users in the US only. How many customers do you have? Okay? And we grow 600%, that means 150 times faster than the skincare segment. And could someone remind me how many months we've been out of stock? So the potential for growth in skincare is absolutely amazing. Then we look at color cosmetics. You see that the face is actually the biggest segment, followed by the eye segment and the lip. We know we're very strong on lip, but look at the color cosmetic segment, how much room we have for growth in face and the eye. It's amazing. We're just scratching the surface. The lip segment is growing 5%. It's used by more than 68% of women. And I would say that on average, a woman will buy 6 to 7 lip products a year. So then the question I ask you is, how many lip products do you sell to one single customer of yours? Then we look at face. Face is growing at a pace of about 3.5%. It is the highest, spend in the things, and there is a lot of direction, a new trend of adding some skincare benefits to it. So we have an anti-aging foundation. So we can really continue to push, all our face products. When you look at the eye is flat. However, the mascaras are up 5%. So we have, as well, again, room for growth. Here again. Versus the market, we are growing 350 times faster than the color cosmetic segment. Excuse me? So when people say, are you doing okay? Not too shabby. Bah! But we have to be humble, in victory. So, I'm going to ask you a question. Is how do you feel to be growing 200 times faster than the market? Senegence! Okay, so let's be serious now. Let's do a competitive benchmark here, because you're going to tell me, that's the market, but really the competition is very, very tough. So, let's look at some other channels. So we're going to have to go on the French side. L'Oreal, my old family. L'Oreal, leader in the market worldwide, 4.7% growth. And by the way, to continue to grow, they have to purchase brands. And they purchase, I don't know if you knew that, NYX. So NYX is their highest growth brand, growing 10 to 20% right now. And when you look at the portfolio of brands, it's amazing what they have to do to be a leader when the growth we have with only one brand. Okay? And L'Oreal, amazing company, we're still growing 150 times faster than them. So I'm going to try to do it. So we look at Coty. Coty is actually a very good company, and they purchased all the cosmetics, from P&G because their fragrance business is not doing well, so they're trying to diversify. Well, they're growing like for like 1%. So we're growing 700 times faster than them. Kapow! They're going to tell me, oh yeah, come on. Okay, let's look at another one. Bring it on. So Estée Lauder. very good company, very strong, with a 7% growth, which is very nice because it's almost twice, the speed of the market. And they have very, very strong brands. We are still growing 100 times faster than them. LVMH, Dior, Sephora, because we hear a lot about Sephora. Well, just so you know, they're growing only at 8%. That means we're still growing 90 times faster than them. Zonk. I would tell you this one, I'm going to have a hard time doing it. Zonk. Anyway, so then, let's look, at one of the leaders of the market, Revlon. And just so you know, Revlon is doing so good that they had to buy Elizabeth Arden to try to stay afloat because they're at minus 14.2%. No comment. So next time you're going to tell me, well, you're talking about retail, you're talking about big companies. Fine, no problem. We don't talk direct sales, we're going to talk direct sales. Amway is flat. Avon is shrinking 3%. Nu Skin is actually minus 10%. Just so you know, I will get back to Nu Skin in 1 minute. Then we look at Arbonne, plus 10%. That is great, but we're still growing 70 times faster than them. You look at Roden & Fields, awesome, they're growing 40%. We are still growing 18 times. And then you look at Herbalife, plus 6%. We are growing 117 times faster than them. Zap! Next time I'll have to zap. So, just want to talk about Nu Skin for a second. It's a great company. I actually met the president of Nu Skin, Ryan. He's a very good guy. And they have very good products. The thing is, over the summer, some of you were concerned about some new products they were bringing, about some things that were happening. My point to you is, facts are the only thing that matter. And the fact is that they shrank 10%, we grow 700%, and there's a reason, and the reason is because of you. Now, I'm going to give you a little update. 6 months, I had 100 days at Pit Stop. I've been the president for 6 months. So first, I'm going to go a little bit on the personal side because in this past 6 months, as you can see on the right, I had the amazing experience to go through 2 new beginnings, on the personal side, and of course, working with Senegence. And the most amazing day was for me to be able to have my new, 2 families, this summer. It was absolutely amazing. Now, on the left side, I had the opportunity to go to Cincinnati for a training. Lauren Gilmore and Alison Duke were, having a training in Cincinnati, an amazing training, by the way. And I had the chance to bring my teenage daughter. And I think that's something that I already talked about before, but it's absolutely key. And it was amazing for me to be able to see my young teenager being able to be in front of some of you, being able to realize what it is to have women who are being empowered, who are being grown, who can actually grow their own destiny. And make no mistake, this is great what you do and this is awesome that you're doing for yourself. But you actually have an impact on the younger generation. And some young ladies, like my Isabel, are looking up to you and they're looking at you like a role model to become an empowered, strong woman in life. And thank you for that, because for me to see that was amazing. And by the way, Alison, where are you?
Right here. Hi.
Okay, so some of you have long-term vision, long-term plan, and Alison has such a long-term plan that she has already recruited Isabel for 2 years down the road. So let's talk about long-term recruiting. Well, we'll talk about it. So, on the company update, I told you several times, we are going through a reactive phase, then midterm we're going proactive, and then we're going into leadership. These 3 phases, we're actually working on them at the same time. we have different people working on each of these phases. So short term, we can actually react to the huge success that we have. Then mid-term, prepare the future. Long term, realize the vision that we have, that you have. So when we look at the reactivity, the website, we've been improving the website quicker, better, stronger. We are working on putting online the quick order module. So we put it on, we had to fix it. We're working on it, so it's going to come very, very soon. We're fixing glitches every single day. And the French and Spanish version, hello, will be on, soon. All that, while our numbers per day have grown tenfold. Yeah, not bad. Then, we're working on recruiting, training, and listening tools. Jumpstart, we put back Jumpstart in September. We have the Phillipe kits in October. We have an upcoming soon, sometime, I'm not sure when, I won't tell you, Fast Start. Then the Senegence sites, we have now the local inventory. And by the way, you'll see the Senegence sites in the midterm plan because we're not where we want to be. Then Chris, has the CP calls every other week. We have intensified training and webinars, and of course, soon to come, Road to Royalty. And the amazing thing with all that is that the attendance at Leaders today, you are 5 times more ladies than we had at Leaders last time. And seminar this year, we had, including the live stream, 25 times more attendance to seminar. And next year is going to be Senegence. So, of course, inventory updates, because inventory has been like the hard stuff, for this year. So, back in stock, and I would tell you, it's very frustrating because you prepare a presentation, and by the time it's actually finished, the numbers are already wrong. So, as of yesterday, we were at 99% in stock. And the thing is, as of this morning, we are 99.5% in stock. We have every single product in stock except black eye scents. Everything else is in stock. So, if you'll be like me, it's like on the phone with supply chain, this isn't acceptable. Where's black eye scents? So we're working on it, we're going to have it, we're working very hard, and we told you that by the end of the summer, we would be back in stock for the fall, and I think that's what we've done. And I say we, because it's so important that you have dozens and dozens of people in California who have worked their butt off every single day to make sure that you have everything you need. Now, every week, we're bringing back some new shades, This week, we had Cappuccino and Heartbreaker. Next week, we will have... So I'm so excited. We're still going to have to work with the temporary packaging. To be able to really cope with the growth and bring back everything you need, we had to actually multiply the number of suppliers and have some packages that are slightly different. So on the lip side, lip gloss, and on the skincare side, evening moisturizers, you will still see for the next few months some of this temporary packaging that we absolutely needed, to actually use for you to be able to have everything you need. Then, the RMA program. There's one thing, and we're listening to you, and we want to improve every day. The RMA program, we know that we were not refunding the tax. So in the next couple weeks, by the end of the month, we will refund the tax on RMAs as, well, it's normal. We want, it's normal that we do that. we will refund the credit card or the Senecash, depending on the payment method. And, by the way, we will go back retroactively to January, and we will refund the tax for all RMAs since January. On shipping, orders, we are 10 times more orders today than we had a year ago, but now we are from being 13 days late, like in March, April, to now we ship everything under 24 hours. We have 10 times more Senegence cars, I'm not lost. Oh, 7 times more distributors. We have and to do that, so we have all this disruption, right? So we actually created what we call an SOS team. An SOS team is we have one member of each department of the company. We have one accounting person, one finance person, one sales person, one Senegence person, one recognition person, on and on. And of course, Chris, Johnny, Ben, and I. And as soon as we have a snag, we hit a snag, the team is put in motion, and their job is to fix it, to have a plan, and to make sure that we have people who are going to take care of it the quickest possible. And this has worked. We had some issues with pending payments, with payments on hold. We had some Senegence management issues early, and this team has been resolving them one by one. So every time we have a pothole, we call not Ghostbusters, but SOS team. Then, on the support staff, since the beginning of the year, we hired more than 160 people, at the corporate office. And these people are really there to support you better every single day. On the midterm, so at the same time, we're working on the midterm plan, right? So the midterm plan, we are working on making sure that we have our old catalog totally back, in line. We want to continue to foster enthusiasm, recruiting new distributors. So I put an X there because how many more distributors downlines do you want? Exactly. We're going to bring more and more staff to help you recruit stronger, better, faster. We have new facilities, as Johnny showed earlier. We can process 15 times more orders per day right now. We have 10 times more space for our inventory. We actually multiplied our working surface, by 9. Yes, that's pretty cool. And on the website, so we want to do such a big overhaul, which I don't know if some of you were at PIT, you realized that I had a typo. So now we're doing an overhaul. It's become a key thing. Overhaul the website. So then IT looks at me like, eh? He's crazy. He's not German. He's French. Anyway, so we're going to improve the functionalities. We are going to work on having a fully multilingual, site because we're going to go, international. We want to make sure the Sene sites are better, more customized for you, and we want to work on a better back office, and of course, expand the apps. So just so you know, our IT team today is 10 times bigger than it was last year, and it's still smaller than what it's going to be tomorrow. Woo! So working on that very, very strong. Now, on the long-term leadership, of course, to be able to sustain such a growth, we need to strengthen our internal systems. So we have a full team right now working on implementing our ERP, or some of you have heard about SAP. So we're going full blast into putting a fully integrated systems for all our internal structure. We are actively building our new manufacturing locations, Corona. Just so you know, part of Corona is already online, and we will, over the next few months, continue to put Corona to be fully back online, by early next year, as Johnny said. Then we will continue, and we have worked, and we will continue to work on expanding our product line. What do I say by that? I say that we're going to update and improve some of our current products. We are going to actually launch new products in the current segments that we're in, skincare and color cosmetics. And of course, we will continue to grow into new segments, okay? And this is what we're going to do to actually gain this leadership and to be what we want to be. Then, of course, we're going to expand our international footprint. we're actually working on that already, and Chris, will likely talk about it. It's like something we work on very, very hard. And we are working every day to provide to you world-class support. Now, when we talk about Leaders Conference, leadership, so here's my 2 cents on leadership. Leadership is the capacity to translate a vision into a reality. And we are actually already showing some leadership. You're going to tell me, really? We have 9 times more crown princesses today than a year ago. We have 17 times more ruby crown princesses today than a year ago. We have 26 times more sapphire crown princesses than a year ago. We have 17 times more emerald crown princesses than a year ago. We have 23 times more queens overall. We have 7 empresses. We have 10 monarchs. We have 3 rulers. And we have 1 majesty. So, my question is, do you believe, after everything that you've seen so far, do you believe that we will, not if, but when, we will be the #1 global cosmetics and personal care direct sales company in the world? Excuse me? So let's get it started with the year of the Senegence.